the shadows mingle with the dirt, where the wind whispers stories of the hurt. Ghost town spires under moonlit ballet, dance over graves no crosses could stay. Whiskey bottles clink like a lonely train's call, echoing through the streets of a forgotten squall. Here in the ashes I sing my cold song, where right bleeds into wrong. The past is a shadow burning long and tall in this cursed land under the raven's call. She was the fire flickering in the sinful night, heart full of rapture, eyes wild with flight. But love turned to dust in a betrayer's embrace. Her silhouette haunts each for God's in place. A church once stood prideful and unswerved, now just charred wood, justice undeserved. Here in the ashes I sing my cold song, where right bleeds into wrong. The past is a shadow burning long and tall in this cursed land under the raven's call. Underneath the stars I met my old foe, on the silent desert where the bitter winds blow. Words as sharp as a coyote's mournful cry, we drew our sins neath the judgmental sky. Here in the ashes alone I must stand, the gun still smoking in my trembling hand. Revenge or mercy, the line fades to gray. In the dust of the dawn I'll find my way. Here in the ashes I sing my cold song, where right bleeds into wrong. Under a sickle moon's haunted glow, through the whispers of sand in Jericho, rolls a midnight train, steel cold and spanned past burning churches where the sinners repent. The whistle moans a ghost sorrowful tale over whiskey-soaked tracks and a blood-red trail. Dance, dance, the midnight train walks in the dust storm's embrace, where the lost souls are tossed. Turn, turn under starless decree, to the tune of revenge and the cries of the free. She was a vision by the lantern's dim flare, in a ghost town saloon with night in her hair. Promised forever by the light of the moon, but her heart was a traitor, left me marooned. Found her tracks by the edge of the graves, where the damned whisper secrets to the winds of the brave. Dance, dance, the midnight train walks with shadows of the past through time's harsh assaults. Turn, turn with a tear and a scream, in a dance of despair on this cursed desert dream. On the midnight train, I face her ghost by the haunted tracks. We share its host, her betrayals echo in the canyons deep beyond. Under the blood moon, I'm finally drawn. The revolver's cold kiss, the last waltz command. I'll reclaim my heart in this forsaken land. Dance, dance, the midnight train waltz, where love's a mirage and all hope is lost. Turn, turn, let the past bullets fly, for in this final dance, it's do or die. The midnight train cries out my pain, a lone whistle fading in the desert rain. In the shadow of the silent desert's moan, where the wind whispers secrets best unknown, stands a man with whiskey in his weary bones and a heart turned harder than the stones. Dust devils dance on this cursed trail, ghost towns echo a mournful wail. He rides past churches charred and stale, under skies that weep ash instead of hail. Outlaw heart beneath the smoke, lost love's a fire that never broke. Through burning lands on paths he strode, where every step is on cursed road. By the light of a lonely train's lament, he recalls a love twisted and bent. Betrayal's knife from the dark was sent in a letter that smelled of roses never meant. Rode through nights to settle the score, past forgotten graves and the legends of yore. Each bullet a promise to even out the war between what life gives and what it's sold for. Outlaw heart beneath the smoke, lost love's a fire that never broke. Through silent deserts his vows he spoke, to the shadows his only kin and foe. His fate in the heart of the dust he saw too late. The love he chased was a ghost, a bait, a trap set by hate to seal his gate. Outlaw heart beneath the smoke, he rides now where no words are spoke. In the silence he's the echo of a stroke, of dark tales under the desert's cloak. Outlaw heart forever roam, in the desert's arms he found his home. With every turn he writes his tome, in the land where lost souls forever comb.
Out where the whiskey drowns forgotten grave, dust storms dance on cursed
plains anew. A train whistle moans through ghost town saves, under a sky too cruel to be true. Boots worn, heart torn on this lonesome track, each step a tale of love turned black. So I ride past the burning church, flames whisper secrets in the smoke. This last ride, my final search for a ghost in the shadow, my heart she broke. Her eyes, once a desert storm at night, turned colder than a silent silver gun. Promises made by the flicker of candle lights, now ashes left under the setting sun. Betrayed by a kiss, led astray by a lie, in a land where even angels dare not fly. I ride, neath the cursed moon's glow, echoes of laughter in the fading light. This last smoke where the lost winds blow, holding on to shadows, battling the night. There by the creek under the sycamore, she stood with eyes like stormy rebuke. Words unspoken, our love the Lord, a haunting melody, forever our fluke. Gun in her hand, destiny drew its breath, two spirits tangled in a dance of death. Now I ride where the cold winds moan, leaving behind the dreams we stoked. This last ride and smoke I face alone, a heart forsaken, a spirit broke. In the whispering dust of the betrayed, I find my peace in the shade of the blade. In a town where the shadows talk and the streets they mourn in dust, a whiskey bottle lies uncorked beside a badge now caked with rust. Old train whistles cut the silence on the bones of wooden frames, a burning church's last defiance as I recall those cursed names.
Blood on the ghost town under a crimson sky. Lost souls are whispering as the vultures fly. This land remembers, oh, it never lies. Blood on the ghost town where my heartache lies. The wind carries tales of you, of a love that once burned so true, turned to betrayal under harvest moons. Your laughter now a ghostly tune. I found you cold in the desert's embrace, forgotten grave and no stone nor trace, only the echoes of your grace, driven to madness in this God-forsaken place. Blood on the ghost town under a weeping sky. Silent deserts hold the secrets of your life. This earth keeps score of the tears I cry. Blood on the ghost town where my old love died. At the edge of the broken road, I stood where the night was split. Your shadow in the moonlight showed a fleeting ghost I'll never forget. Revenge, a bitter path I tread, but justice finds its own in the end with each step. Towards you I'm led in the town that sin couldn't mend. Blood on the ghost town under a starless sky. Each step in the sand, a part of me dies. But I'll lay you down where the old crow flies. Blood on the ghost town and a gunslinger's goodbye.
In the quiet dead of night, beneath a ghostly pale moonlight, a whistle cuts the silence like a new strong tide and ride. Dusty boots step on board, his shadow long and lean, on the midnight train of nowhere, through lands cursed and unseen. No mercy in the midnight train, it rolls through barren lands, haunted by the whispers of men with blood-stained hands. Whiskey bottle at his feet, his heart is cold as the desert air. Just the weight of despair. Once loved a girl with fire in her eyes, in a town now burned and lost. Betrayal's price was heavy, a line forever crossed. In a churchyard left forgotten, where the wild violets dare to grow, lies the secret of his sorrow, only the midnight winds now know. No mercy in the midnight train, it screams like a haunted past. Each mile a reminder that nothing good shall last. Dust storm in his soul, a ghost town in his the cabin light. He faces who he's become, a man shaped by vengeance under the indifferent stars above. The train rattles onward as he clutches the locket's chain, last memento of a love that drowned in the pouring rain. No mercy in the midnight train, a tale of a heart turned to stone, on tracks that lead to nowhere, forever damned to roam. With every clack and clatter, echoes of his fate unwind. No mercy in the midnight train, just the ghosts he's left behind. This song tells a story of loss and the relentless pursuit of a haunted past, driven by the rhythm of a train that offers no redemption, moving through landscapes as desolate as a man's own heart.
In a town where the shadows talk and the streets they mourn in dust, a whiskey bottle lies uncorked beside a badge now caked with rust. Old train whistles cut the silence, haunt the bones of wooden frames. A burning church is a last defiance as I recall those cursed names. Blood on the ghost town under a crimson sky, lost souls whispering as the vultures fly. This land remembers, oh, it never lies. Blood on the ghost town where my heartache lies. The wind carries tales of you, of a love that once burned so true, turned to betrayal under harvest moons. Your laughter now a ghostly tune. I found you cold in the desert's embrace, forgotten grave, no stone nor trace, only the echoes of your grace, driven to madness in this godforsaken place. Blood on the ghost town under a weeping sky, silent deserts hold the secrets of your lie. This earth keeps score of the tears I cry. Blood on the ghost town where my old love died. At the edge of the broken road, I stood where the night was split. Your shadow in the moonlight showed a fleeting ghost I'll never forget. Revenge, a bitter path I tread, but justice finds its own in the end. With each step towards you I'm led, in the town that sin couldn't mend. Blood on the ghost town under a starless sky. Each step in the sand, a part of me dies, but I'll lay you down where the old crow flies. Blood on the ghost town, and a gunslinger's goodbye.
Out where the whistle cuts the silence of the sand, rode a man with whiskey in his trembling hand. Ghost town shadows on the moon so pale, whispers in the dust, a sinister tale. Beneath the devil's deal where the lost souls weep lies a bed of secrets that the dark earth keeps. Burn out church, the cross stands frail and weak. Cursed are the vows that the forsaken speak. He wore his sin like an old faded coat, traded his love for the lies that he wrote. A dusty bottle and unmarked grave, a heart betrayed by the brave yet depraved. Beneath the devil's deal in the silent screams, echoes of the past tear apart his dreams. Burning memories like the church's spire, kindled by a spark from a liar's fire. In the cold night, the desert speaks his name. Mirages of the man he used to claim. Face to face with the ghost in his own trail. A revelation written in betrayal. Beneath the devil's deal where truths are unveiled, he faces down the storm that is hard-hailed. With each thundering heartbeat he makes his stand, a revenant soul in no man's land. So listen close when the night wind wails of broken oaths and forsaken trails. For every man who dares to deal must walk the path beneath the devil's reel. Well, where the whispering shadows creep, in a ghost town too lost for the sun to keep. A dusty bottle lays by a cursed land's gate, near the hanging tree where the dark winds wait. Echoes of train whistles over the plains, through the quiet remnants of forgotten pain. Where the hanging tree waits, so still, so grim. Underneath its boughs I sing this hymn for the souls of the lost, the betrayed, the gone. In the heart of the night their spirits drawn. A tale of a lover with eyes like stormy skies, her promises as hollow as her alibis. In the light of a burning church I found my dread, a whisper in the wind, better off dead. Starlit badge that led me astray to the land where the shadows swallow the day, where the hanging tree waits, its branches sway.
calling out the tune of the stray. For justice, for vengeance, beneath the moon's glance, in its eerie silence, the dead they dance. By the light of a dust storm, I face my foe. In the silence of the desert, the truths I now know. The bullet was swift, a flash in the night by the hanging tree, ending the fight. Where the hanging tree waits, with nooses old and frayed, I laid down my gun beneath its shade. For in the wild desert, under vast starlit sky, rest the tales of the old, where my heart lies.
In the heart of a dusty valley wide, where the shadows play tricks by the moonlight's side, I ride past whispers of a cursed land's breath, through ghost towns and secrets like dancing with death. Every step stirs the stories the old winds tell of a gunslinger's glory and the night he fell. Oh, I'm riding through the gunslinger under stars that mourn in cold ember. In his silence I find my own, chasing echoes of blood and bone. Whiskey's warmth guides my resolve as I seek what only time can absolve. The tailwinds back to a love so bold, in a town too young to be so old. She was a light in a place run wild. He was a man whose heart she beguiled. But betrayal came with a storm, swift gust left him for dead in the desert dust. Yes, I'm riding through the each mile dressed in dusk's dark linger. In his vengeance I find my pain beneath the cries of a night train. Whiskey numbs the past cruel sting as I ride where church bells no longer ring. In the silence between gunshots and preachers pray lies a truth that I've hunted since he went astray. Face to face with the ghost in the fading light, my heart's mirror shattered by the forsaken night. Revelations fire in this lonely fight, echoes of him and me, riding through the night. Now I'm riding through the gunslinger with a spirit free and a heart somber. In his story my demons lay bare, crossing deserts of endless despair. Whiskey whispers of what must be done as I accept the man I've become. clear the gunslinger's path, both far and near. In the cold heart of a land wild and vast, I find peace in the shadows that we cast.
Out where the whistle cuts the silence like a knife, dust devils dance with the ghosts of a forgotten life. Underneath the crescent moon's mournful glow lies a tale of a man buried by the lonely road. Beneath the stones where the wild winds roam lies her heart turned cold, a soul never atoned. Whiskey whispers in bottles never sold, his secrets buried deep in the lonely road. In the shadow of the church where once the faithful prayed, he lost his love to another's wicked wayward ways. With vengeance festering in a heart that overflowed, he rode through silent deserts to the cursed abode. Beneath the stones where the wild winds roam lies her heart turned cold, a soul never atoned. Echoes of gunfire, life deposed, fate sealed and buried in the lonely road. By the light of a fire that burned both church and creed, he faced the sowed the treacherous seed. In the dust they drew till death did decode. The price of sin on this desolate lonely road. Now beneath the stars where silent stories are stowed rests a gunslinger's pride in the ground erode. Just a nameless stone where the cold winds blowed, another soul buried deep in the lonely road. Lonely road. Out where the horizon bleeds sunset hues, old whiskey bottles tell their somber tales. Dust storms dance with ghosts of a cursed crew, and the train whistles moan old lonesome wails. Here in this dead town the church bell rang, once a beacon, now just fire and smoke. A testament to what the dark wind sang on tongues of flames where dreams and demons spoke. Echoes from the desert wind, silent whispers of the sins, burning hearts and cold goodbyes underneath these haunted skies. Hear the echoes clear and thin. Desert wind, take me again. Was a girl with eyes like a stormy night, fell for a drifter with a shadowed past, promised her love under the moon so bright, but desert roses just ain't built to last. By the forgotten grave they swore their oath, neath the watchful eyes of starlit plains, until she found him cold, his heart betrothed to the desert's curse that in his blood remains. Echoes from the desert wind cry for love that might have been, broken vows on sacred ground, lost souls never to be found. Hear the echoes mournful din, desert wind, claim
silence between the sand and stone. Found the truth written in the dusty ground. Her love was a ghost, forever alone, a shadow in the whirlwind, forever bound. With pistol drawn beneath the dying light, faced the echoes of his lies and deceit. Justice met with a quiet good night, left him lying where the earth and skyline meet. Echoes from the desert wind, final shots of revenge begin. Whispers fade into the night, desert wind carry my plight. Hear the echoes now grow thin. Desert wind, I'm yours again. This ballad spins a tale as old and worn as the desert trails, meant for a voice that has weathered many storms, echoing the sorrows carved by the relentless desert wind.
Out where the horizon bleeds into the night, lonely house twist with the cold moonlight. Dust devils dance where the old church burned, whiskey whispers from a bottle unturned. Ghost town shadows, they beckon and bend. Life and death mingle on the desert wind. Blood on the desert wind stains the soul, it does. Haunted by screams and the things that were. Justice is just a ghost fading in the dusk. Revenge a lover's whisper, a curse that must be heard. There was love once beneath the old willow tree, turned to betrayal over gold lost to greed. A brother's promise, now a forgotten grave, mourned by the whistles of a passing train. Her locket's at the bottom of the old well, every clink of the chain another story it tells. Blood on the desert wind stains the soul, it does. Echoes of her laughter, shadows of his sin. Truth lies buried in the sands of trust. Where love ends, that's where vengeance begins. Face to face in the eye of a dust storm's wrath, his pistol's cold like his path. I loved you, brother, but you chose your fate. Words as harsh as the land, sealed by hate. Blood on the desert wind, a tale that spun in the silent desert where all things end. Forgiveness is a word too heavy for the tongue. On cursed lands, there's only revenge. Out where the horizon bleeds into the night, blood on the desert wind, fading out of sight.
Under a blood-red sky in Dead Man's Hollow, where whispers tell of the cursed and swallowed old whiskey bottles, lay souls departed in this ghost town, broken, black-hearted. Wind howls through the chapel's burned remains, singing hymns of sorrow, shackles and chains. There's no mercy in the ghost town, only shadows thrive, where every man's a specter and the sins of the past survive. In the dust we wrote our treaties, in blood we broke them all. No mercy in the ghost town, just the devil's call. I loved a girl with eyes like stormy weather, in this God-forsaken town we dreamt together. But love turned to ash in the blink of a gun, her betrayal a bullet that couldn't be outrun. By the old forgotten graves I swore her name, vengeance the only keeper of my flame. There's no mercy in the ghost town, only shadows thrive, every whisper in the wind a reminder no one gets out alive. From the deceit we lit our fortunes, in betrayal we stand tall. No mercy in the ghost town, just the reaper's draw. There's no mercy in the ghost town, only echoes bleed. Every step I take is haunted by my heart's unyielding creed. In the dust I'll lay my memories, in the soil I'll bury my pain. No mercy in the ghost town, where even angels refrain. In the whispering sands I find my own. No mercy in the ghost town, forever alone. Where the sand swallows the sun's last light, beneath the crows that circle tight, whiskey bottles lay thrown beside the road, where a lone figure with a heavy load recalls the thunder of a train in flight. Echoes from the devil's deal they ride, stretch an old ghost by. Lost loves wail in the dust storm scream, burning churches by the creek of dream, where every whispered sin must confide. He struck a pact beneath a blood-red moon, for silver and a lover's swoon. Dust to dust the cursed lands did claim, left him with nothing but his shame, and a heart as empty as a forgotten tomb. Echoes from the devil's deal they haunt, silent deserts bear the brunt, whispered
that chill down to the bone, and every gust his sins confront. At the crossroads stood eye to eye with the devil, couldn't deny. A gun arose and a soul to sell. He chose his path and chose it well. In the night you can hear his cry, echoes from the devil's deal now done, underneath the setting sun. Resigned to roam this cursed plight in the silence of the desert night. A man outlaws the past he can't outrun.
In a ghost town swallowed by the sand, the steeple bells no longer ring for the damn. Whiskey bottles lay broken, a story untold neath the cursed skies, black and cold. Ashes of memories laced from her gown haunt the alleys of this forsaken town. Oh, the curse of ashes and lace, where love's a ghost lost without trace. Under the moon's mournful embrace, we dance with doom in this desolate place. Betrayed by a kiss in this cursed space. A train whistle cries over lands that God left. Echoes of footsteps, theft after theft. A burning church, its embers still weep for souls buried shallow in secrets they keep. Oh, the curse of ashes and lace, bound by sorrow, bound by disgrace. In the shadow of sin we lost the race, left to wander this ghostly base. In the dust storm's rage I see her eyes, flickering like stars in stormy skies. With every gust her whispers pierce the night. Revenge or love, son, what's your fight? A gun in my hand, cold as her grave. Silent decisions of the brass and the brave. Curse of ashes and lace, to the love that died but can't be erased. In the silent desert I make my stand, a haunted outlaw in a cursed land. Oh, the curse of ashes and lace, in every shadow I see your face.
town of Shadow Hollow under a blood-red sky. The wind cries through the chapel where forgotten secrets lie. Dust devils spin the tales of a love that met its pyre, silent as a whiskey that fuels the church fire. Hear the whispers in the church fire, crackling with the sins of lovers crossed by fate's cruel hand, where madness begins. Burning embers tell of hearts entwined in black and white, echoes of the damned in the flames of the church fire. Lonely is the night when the ghost train wails its sorrow, haunting the forsaken where no hope shines on the morrow. She wore lace that glimmered under the moon's cold iron, betrayed by a silver tongue, her truth swallowed by fire. Listen to the whispers in the church fire, mournful and grim, stories of a preacher man whose light grew dreadfully dim. The ash settles like snow on the cursed land's funeral pyre, silhouettes dance caught in the wrath of the church fire. I see her face once more, her beauty a specter on heaven's forsaken shore. With each crackle her voice calls for retribution dire. In the heart of the blaze I confront my heart's liar. There's peace in the whispers of the church fire, fading away as the dawn breaks over bones in the cool light of day. What's gone is gone, with the smoke rising higher, and I leave behind the shadows and the last of the church fire. This song weaves through the haunting echoes of love lost and the chilling pursuit of revenge, all set against a backdrop of a cursed town consumed by fire and shadow.
The shadows twist and crawl under a moon that's seen it all. The wind carries a tale tired and worn of a love sworn true, then sworn forlorn. Whiskey bottles clink like bones engraved in this ghost town where the righteous came to save. Whispers in the revenge, haunting the silent airs, echoes of a trust that was broken beyond repairs. Every star a story, every gust a sin confessed, in the heart of the desert where vengeance never rests. There's a church on the hill, smoldering still, where hymns used to fill the dusty skies. A preacher man ran with the devil's plan, left nothing but the truth in a pack of lies. Through the ashes, under the soot and scorn, lay secrets between the lines of a love once born. Whispers in the revenge, stir the dust of fears. The night air's thick with the price of falling tears. Coyote howls a requiem for souls who won't find rest in the heart of the desert where vengeance
under the fading light. My heart's laid bare, my sins I must admit. In the heart of the desert, I'll face my bitter
Whiskey bottle by the grave where the desert shadows fall. Lone cypress standing sentinel, the lone wolf starts to call. Dust devils dance on cursed lands where my boots tread worn and thin. Ghost town echoes haunt my nights with the sins of might have been. Oh, buried deep where the silent rivers flow, in the heart of a gunslinger, under moon's eerie glow. Revenge is a lover lost in the wind's relentless sigh, burning fires in forgotten graves beneath the blackened sky. The train whistle cuts the silence like the lies she told so sweet. In the chapel by the altar where our fates did once meet, her betrayal, serpent's kiss under that old sycamore tree, led me to this lonesome path carved out by destiny. Oh, buried deep where the shadows cling to rust, in the soul of a gunslinger driven by a heart unjust. Whispers in the sandstorm's howl, crafting my decrepit tide. Stars witness in the heavens to this desperado's cry. Silver badge and a loaded gun, fire in my veins so cold. She's a memory fading fast, but her lies they never roll. By the crackling fire I see her face in every burning flame. But tonight with the cold steel I'll end this wicked game. So buried deep where no one else will roam, in the grave of a gunslinger, I finally found my home. Sins washed in the moonlight as the desert claims its own. Here I lay my heart to rest in the dust from which it's grown.
Out in the shadow of the devil's spine, where the wind sings low through the hangman's vine, ghost town whispers, a tale unfolds beneath the hollow sky in the cold. Whiskey bottles lay by forgotten graves, each sip a memory of the brave. Dance the hollow sky, waltz under the moon's pale light, twirl with the ghosts of those lost to the night. spirits hold the secrets of old, of a lover's betrayal, and hearts turn cold. Train whistles mourn like a funeral cry, past burning churches where faith did die. She'd promised forever by the light of the stars. Now she's just another scar. Dance a hollow sky waltz under the moon's pale light. Twirl with the ghosts of those lost to the night. Love's a bitter trail of the lonesome and gray. The hollow sky waltz sweeps the broken away. In the cursed land's grip under twilight's crown, I face the east where my life burned down. Dust storm roars a reckoning tune. Her face appears in the eye of the monsoon. Dance a hollow sky waltz with fury in might. Claim the revenge in the dead of the night. Storms rage cleanses the sins of the fray. The hollow sky waltz where I'll lay her to stay. In the embrace of the land, under stars so high, I dance alone, where the lost souls sigh. The hollow sky waltz, my final goodbye. I dance with the shadows under the cursed sky.